Hi, ladies. This is Melanie. I have a few more travel notebook hacks. Um, okay, the first one I'm gonna go through is doing your folder inside. Okay, I know I flipped through this rather quickly last time, but I showed you a page where I had a 12 by 12 and I folded it up and made a folder. Let me get to that page again. And you can do this in your travel notebooks for planning as well. But for this purpose, I used a 12 by 12. Oh, here it is. Alright, let me take this out and show you what I did. Oh, I got stuff in the pocket. Sorry about that. Let me take it out. Oh, that's not it. Huh? Wrong one. Or you can do it that way. You can do it this way. You can take it, cut it down to the 10, measure it the length you want, which is on this one I think it's 8 1/4, and then I folded the rest up. Okay, and all I did was I uh, I trimmed it in right here the 1/2 inch, and right here the 1/2 inch, and I just creased it in the middle. It was a little harder to fold and it's a little bulkier, but let me show you the other one I did. That's the one I thought I did. This is the way we normally do our folders, and I haven't glued it down yet, but it'll give you the idea of how to do your little pockets in your travel notebook. Okay, here's the one that I do. I usually don't leave this on, but in your travel notebook, what you do is you take your piece of paper, and we laminate them, but you take your piece of paper and then you fold it up, okay? Then you want to turn it around. I know this doesn't make a lot of sense right now. You turn it around and you cut a V that way, going towards the center and towards the center. So when you turn it around, you have your pockets and you have that bulk in the middle. And you can just glue your edges right here and right here. And you can even glue here and here. But then you don't have that bulk and you can stick your stuff in here. If you don't trim off the edge over here, you can turn it in with that 1/2 inch piece and just tape it down. On that side, you don't have to worry about the inside; it'll stay put. But when I just use my art glitter glue and put a thin line down, and it doesn't move. But then see, I've got another panel, so I made another V cut here. So basically, you take your paper, your 12 by 12, you fold it up, turn it around, and make your V cut, going from the outside up and the outside up. And that's how you make your folders to put in your travel notebooks. Okay? Does that make sense? Or you can do it the other way and just fold it over like I did with this one. And then you just have to fold it in the center. Either way works. I like both ways. You see, I did it both ways. So, okay, so that's another little hack that we use in the travel notebook world. Let's see. Oh, Etsy also has already, if you do printables, they already have tea dyed paper. And the reason why I liked this was they have like 24 different pages, and they're different. The one has script on it. Another one, you remember those big cheap tablets we all used in first grade to learn how to write our ABCs? Well, that's one of them. Then it's just copies. Here's a ledger subtotal here, and it's $2.60 or something like that for these brown, and they're already copy stained. Okay, this is how they print out. Okay, and just lined. Um, and then I make copies on front and back, so then I'll have white paper on the back. Oh, one stuck together. Okay, so the big sheet, and then there's some grid paper. There's this one here that has little line ledger columns. Let's see. Okay, so enough of that. Then I also, I don't remember how much this was. I think it was $3. But you get, and you have to do some finagling with the printing though. I'm sorry. Oh, here's the graph paper with the, and I just adjoined them. Okay, on that one. And I went and copied a few of their there's what they call journal papers. Okay, they come out. They're in an 8.5 by 11, but they if they don't spread out to 10 inches long, you can't fold it into a 5 by 7. So be careful what you purchase. If you're doing a journal on your own and you're making a 4 by 6, well then a 4.5. I mean, if you fold a 8.5 by whatever, then that would work. 8.5 by 11, then that would work. But for the size we're making, some of them may not work. It depends on how they're laid out. If they're laid out in landscape and the writing is up and down, that will work. I had to print mine different, but I'll show you a few that you can get. This is one of them, and what I did was I had to print. I'm sorry, I had to print it. Let me pull it out. Let's see, I had to print it, and what I had to do was I had to make a. I had to attach another one to it right here to make it as long as I needed it, and then fold it in. So I actually used 2 pages instead of one, if that makes any sense. So there's always a way to do things. Uh, Ask me. I've done them. Okay. And then there's all time. Those were, I don't remember how much those were. Then I used 12 by 12 scrapbook papers too. So I just use those for fill in. Here's another one that I used right here. This one, and see, I added one on and folded it in. And like I said in the other video, and all these paper clips is so I can figure out where I want things. They're not all going to stay paper clip. And I just stuck some fabric and some fur stuff in here, and I put that paper clip on to let it dry. So it'll like stick out on my touch spot there. Look, I put something in there now. And so I'm not going to leave these all paper clipped, but I'm using paper clips so I can see how I want to lay things out in my book. Now, when you cut your bags, okay, I said I cut them on each end, right? Or the tops. So you can cut them on each end. And this one this one I cut on the top because I want to put tags in through the top side. So I glued the sides back together. But on this one, I need to cut the end of this one here so I can put stuff in it. And then this side is already open. Okay, next one. Oh, the signatures. Okay, we're supposed to make 3 signatures. A signature is the group of papers. I know y'all probably know this already, but it's the group of papers that you put on one band. Okay, it's like this grouping. Whatever you're going to put on the one elastic band in your TN. Okay, I think we're supposed to use 6 regular papers and then fill in with some other things. So I always do more, but that's me. When you let me see. I was okay. This is what I was going to tell you. Is I have a notebook that shoot, I should have grabbed it before I started the video. Let's see. Let me just grab the paper out of here. I can't explain it any better than if you have a notebook that's got lined paper in it, it's probably sewn in. And if you look at this paper really closely, this was sewn in. And what I did was I take all the paper that's grouped together. You can see it here. It's like 5 pages. And I take it all out as a unit. So I'm not tearing the paper. That way, look, it doesn't come apart. I still have my little unit of 5 pieces of paper all together. It's like it's still sewn together. I didn't break the thread on all of the holes. So, and then I slip that in and I can do stamping and gluing and this and that. So when you're taking pages out of a thing book, let me try to find. Oh, here's one. I don't know if this one's sewn though. Wait, let's see. This is a one of these books from the store. It's like a composition book. Let me see if it comes. Yeah, it comes that way, but it only comes that way in. Let me see if I can explain it to you. Okay, yeah. Here, look. Okay, if you're gonna take pages out of this book, see how many you have to take out with this? See this right here? You have to take all these out, okay? Or you're going to have pages falling out. And if you have smaller books, you can you don't have to take this many pages out at once. This is just a cheap theme book, and that's how they did it. But see, it's sewn in there with thread. You see the thread there? So, and if you rip that out or you cut it in different areas or rip it out gently, okay, then it'll still stay together generally, okay, if you take it out easy way. So anyway, I'm just going to let you know about your paper. You don't have to put single sheets of paper. You can put a grip of paper. Just remove it from your book the way so it stays together and it's all sewn together and you have your pages and they're not just one sheet after another. Okay, that was the other line book one. Okay, now another thing you want to do after you've got your material all sewn on and you decide how you're going to sew your I'll thread my elastic through my book because that's all I know how to do unless I see another tutorial on how they sew it in. But this is not the cover I'm going to use. I'm just using it for now. It's a really thick cover and it's going to work for now. But okay, let's say you're done with your cover. You've already sewn your page, your material on or whatever you're going to use on, and you already have your bands on the inside, okay? On a travel notebook, if you notice, there's only a little hole here and a hole here, and there's a hole here that brings your elastic around, and there's a hole here and here, and that's all you see on the outside. And I can put a video on our channel to show y'all how to do that. It's very easy. It's just threading elastic that you can get at Amazon through there. And I have elastic if anybody wants it. I have black and I have white. Just let me know and I can send you some. I don't have a whole lot, but I don't think there's a whole lot doing this swap. Anyway, I have enough for a few people. Okay. So, but it's the elastic where you don't have to use rubber bands. You don't have to. I still recommend sewing your signatures together, and I use like a really big. I don't know if I use this really big needle here to sew mine because I'm like very blind and I can't thread a needle to save my life if it's very small. So anyway, now what I was talking about was once you get your cover done, and let's say the elastic that you bring around. First of all, you just tighten the knot and slip it through that middle hole. Okay? Pull it through and you've got your knot on the inside and you just bring it around. Okay? And that gives you your little elastic band. Let me find a rubber band so I can show you my next little deal. Because I need one to be on there. Hold on. Here, I got a whole bag of them right here. Alright. Now, this is my elastic. We're going to pretend like this is my elastic on my book ready to go. Okay. Let's say you're not sure what you want to put on there and I want to use this or I don't know, some other bow or something significant in size like this or something that dangles. I'll probably use both or whatever. Alright, if you don't want to glue it on there, you don't want to stitch it on there, and you want to be able to move it with the string, okay, that's going to be attached already. Alright, then what you do is take a piece of, it can be canvas, it can be lace, it can be anything that you want to glue or Velcro. You take your lace and fold it like that over the band all you have to do is loop it over the band like that. And then hold it up. Don't glue it to your cover. Hold it up, okay, and glue it. Hot glue works really well. Or you can sit there and hold it for art glitter glue for about 5 minutes. Whatever you want to do. Once that's glued, if you've got Velcro, if you put Velcro in there and you glue Velcro on, all you do is open it and close it and take off what you want. But I don't have any Velcro to show you with, so I'm telling you how to glue it. So anyway, let's say it's glued already. So now you take your flower and all you have to do is put a dab of glue on your lace like that, okay? And when you're ready to cut this off or reuse it or put something different or add something, all you have to do is cut your lace right there. You don't have to mess up your flower. You don't have to mess up your string on your travel notebook or anything like that. Just just use a piece of material or lace, glue it. Don't glue it in the string. It's got to move on the string, and it's got to move with the string. So that's why I'm saying loop it on the band, and then attach whatever you're going to put on the front to it. And you can remove it. You can even pin it. You can wire it to it. See, this flower has a wire. You can wire it. You can do however you want to attach it. But that way, you don't mess up your band on your travel notebook or your cover. Okay, ladies, that's all for now. I'll be back later.